What is the point? What is the point? What is the point of the journey that we're on? There has to be a point to learning the difference between what's real and what's not real. If you're on the path, that means you're not at the point. The point is what we want, because the point is good. And we want good. Everybody wants good. So that's why we want the point. And there is a point because we're on a path. And if you don't get the point yet, that means you're still on the path, because you haven't gotten to where you're trying to get to, which is good, which is peace. That's the point. And peace is faith. Peace is understanding. Peace is forgiveness. Peace is good. Peace is God. Peace is love. Think about them as one thing, one whole object, rather than all of these different separate concepts. We're describing one object when we say the word love, when we say the word freedom, when we say the word real, when we say the word truth. They all mean the same thing. So the point is the answer. And the answer doesn't cause pain. The question is what causes the pain. So if someone's telling a story and they get to the end of the story and you have a question, that means you don't get the point of the story. And not having the answer to the question, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good because you don't get the point yet. And getting the point is knowing only good. That's the answer. So if you don't have peace, that means you don't know good only. If you don't know good only, then you're still only on the path. You're not only at the point, because you don't get the point. The point is the highest perspective. It's a good point of view, because from that point of view, nothing is hidden. Which means, from that perspective, you can only see good. But when you're using a limited perspective, that's what makes it hard to see only good. The limited perspective means not the unlimited perspective. And the unlimited perspective is the one that can see only good. So the limited perspective, because it isn't the unlimited perspective, cannot see only good. Because of the nature of the limited perspective. So the good news is the good teaching, the teaching of good, is that you get to choose which perspective you want. You can choose to see life from the unlimited perspective, or you could choose to see life from the limited perspective. One feels good, the other one does not feel good, because it cannot see only good. And seeing good leads to feeling good. And feeling good leads to seeing good. So seeing no good leads to feeling no good, which creates more seeming no good. So you want peace. You want good. You want good only. You don't want 99 good. You want 100% good. You want the best all the time. That's why you're on this path, because you're trying to get to the point. And to get to the point is to get the point. If you don't only see good, you don't get the point. Peace is good. So if you don't see good, you can't have peace. And if you don't see good, that means you're defining what you see as no good. And if it's no good, it's not okay. If it's not okay, we have a problem. You don't have peace. You have a problem. No good leads to problem. Good leads to peace. So the point of the path is peace. And we can get stuck and lost, completely forgetting the point of the path that we're on. Because peace is the answer. Because love is the answer. Forgiveness is the answer. Faith is the answer. The answer is the point. The point is good. It's correct. It's real. It's true. It doesn't change. It's dependable. It's unlimited. It's freedom. That's why you want it. That's why everybody wants it. And if you want it, you can't see no good. Because there's no such thing. That's why it hurts. Because it's incorrect. That's why feeling good is the result of knowing good, because it's correct. It's like touching a hot stove. It's good that it's hot, so you don't touch it. The closer you get to what's wrong, the hotter it gets, which is good. So from the highest perspective, there's only good, because what is good is what's real. You can trust what's real. You can't trust what's not real, because it's temporary, because it's changing, because it's not stable. The path is leading you to what is real, objectively speaking. What's real is the point. God is the point of the interactions. Love is the point of the interactions. Peace is the point of the interactions. Faith is the point of the interactions. Giving is the point of the interactions. If you can't see good, you can't have peace. Which is good. It's good that it works like that. This is a reminder. You're on the path for a specific reason. That's to get to the point. It's to get to the destination. The destination is the Savior. The destination is the knowledge. The destination is the freedom from the pain, from being on the path. The path is painful. There's no peace on the path. Peace is at the point. So remember where you're going, and remember that if you're still not there, if you still don't have what you're looking for, by definition of you looking for it, still, it's okay to recognize that you don't have it. It's humility to recognize that you don't have it, rather than pretend that you do have it. Because having it comes from making a decision. The knowledge itself will not set you free. The decision to accept only good as what's true is what sets you free. And it's not easy. It's very simple. It's the most simple thing imaginable. But it is not easy. But that's what the challenge is for. Without the challenge, there's no reason. So the path to the point is challenging. And it's easy to get lost and never make it to the point. Because the point is the decision point. The point is the point of no return. Because you got to where you were trying to go. And once you get there, there's no reason to leave. Because it's not somewhere that you go physically. It's somewhere that you go mentally. And once you can see things from the highest perspective, you realize there's no good reason to believe in anything else. And once you get to the point, you're going to be reborn, and you're going to need to learn how to walk again. But when you get to the point and you're reborn, what's born is the master, because the master is at the point and the student is on the path. And once you reach the point, that's when you become the master instantaneously. And you can choose. But can you really choose to not know something that you know now? And there's always learning. There's always more to learn. But the point is the point forever and ever. And there's nothing beyond the point. Because it's the point of everything. You can learn more things about the point. But once you get the point, that's the beginning of your new perspective of life, the appearance of life. Because you can't see life. You can't see love. You can't see God. All you can see is the expression of those eternal concepts. So you don't see life, you see the expression of life. And the expression is not the real thing. The expression is not the real deal. Because the expression is always changing, and the real thing can't change. And the decision is the decision to only believe in the thing that can't change, rather than believing in all the stuff that seems to be changing. That's getting to the point of enough pain, not having it, and enough knowledge, you can have it. So to get to the point, you want to look at the pain. You want to look at all of the pain that you're in. Instead of only looking at it one at a time, if you have enough knowledge, look at all of it together and realize the decision that you're making, because it doesn't feel good, has to be incorrect. Giving your power to appearances that is the incorrect decision. So make sure you get enough knowledge first before you go through enough pain. Because enough pain will take you to the point of no return. But you want that to be the one where you can still be here and be you. You can't choose only good until you've had enough pain from choosing no good. That's where the pain comes from. Because it's incorrect, it's not true, causes pain to let you know that's not the direction you want to go into. You want to move into the opposite direction, away from the direction you're heading into on the path. So the map is to let you know where you are on the path, so you can get to the point and not get stuck and lost. Because it's very easy to get lost and to get stuck and to keep repeating the feelings and the experiences that we don't want to have. So you have to remember the pain. You don't even need to get into new pain. You've already been through way more than enough pain from not seeing only good. So that's why it's the most simple thing to do. But it's not easy. But doing it is getting to the point. And the knowledge can't make you do it. You can have all the knowledge, but you can still not have all the peace, which doesn't make sense. So what's missing is the decision to only accept what you know as true to be true. Because at that moment, you take all of the power that you're giving to things that cannot be depended on, and you're putting that power into what can be depended on, which is what's true, but it's also the thing that cannot be seen with the eyes, from the senses perspective. From the limited perspective, it cannot be seen. It can only be seen from the unlimited perspective, which is knowing it timelessly in the moment, rather than sensing it through time, through space. Because when you do that, you see nature, you're seeing the expression, you're seeing the body. And the body is not the real deal. The body is just the expression of what the real deal knows. The real deal is the object. And the subject is not the object. The subject is subjected to the objective of the object. And the object is the objective. The objective is the target. The point is the waypoint. What's objectively true is the objective. That's the mission. That's the point A to B path. From belief that lies are true to belief that only the truth is true. So once you can see good only, then you will have peace only. And peace is the point. That's the whole point. Because peace is good, and you want good. So as you're seeing what you're seeing, remember that you need to only see good in it if you want to only have peace from it. The path is good, but the path is not the point. Staying on the spiritual path forever and ever is not the point. Getting to the destination of the spiritual path is the point. That's getting to the peace. That's getting to the good. That means absolute faith in only what's true. And faith means belief in. And belief in means accept as true. And you either accept only as true what is objectively true, or you're accepting as true what is objectively false. Because we're dealing with reality and fantasy. And it's good that we get to choose which one we want to give our power to. Our power is real. And what's real has to express itself. That's why you have to choose. You're not forced to do anything except to choose. That's the one thing that is forced by nature of the identity. The I am identity is forced to choose because there's nothing else for it to do. If you choose correctly, you will feel good. The sensation is a good sensation. If you choose incorrectly, the sensation it does not feel good. But it is good. It's good that being wrong feels no good and being right feels good. That is good because that is what's happening in the setup. The setup is fantasy, reality. When you choose incorrect, no good. Feelings. Choose correctly. So you get the feelings that you're looking for, which is the good feelings, which are the peace feelings, regardless of what you see with your eyes. Letting what you see determine how you feel is not getting the point. Once you can see the difference between the two, it makes it impossible not to choose correctly. That's what the research is for. That's what the reasons are for. So you can get the answers. And just because you get the answers, that doesn't mean you're going to believe in them. Doesn't mean you're going to only accept them as true. That's the problem on the path. The problem on the path is what doesn't let you get to the point. It's believing that the knowledge alone is what sets you free. But it doesn't work that way. It doesn't happen. You can know everything that there is to know. You could understand it. You could teach it. But if you know everything and you don't have peace, that's because you haven't made the decision to only accept the knowledge as what is objectively true. And what is objectively true is objectively good. So you can recognize very easily, based on how you feel right now, whether or not you're only believing in good, or if you're allowing the appearances to inflict the damage that comes from belief in no good. Good is healing. There's no damage in good. Damage is appearing no good. Healing is good in reality. It's whole in reality. It's perfection. Good is the miracle. Because it's not just good, it's very good. Very good is miracle. That's what we're dealing with. The whole setup of good and seeming no good is a miracle, and it is good. That's why when you accept what is objectively true about it, you end up feeling really good. You end up feeling at peace, which is getting the point of the path to the answers that you're looking for. So as you get your answers, remember that you're trying to get to the point, which is peace. And that comes from enough pain and enough knowledge combined. So depending on the kind of person you are, that will determine how much research you're going to do and how many answers that you need to get in order to make the decision to only accept what is objectively true as true. If you want to get to the point, you have to get to the good. One way to getting to the good is repeating good, rather than repeating no good. So everything you look at, you can have this technique, which is rather than seeing something and labeling it as no good, everything you see, label it as good, regardless of what it is that you are seeing. Because if you want good, you have to see good. Wanting good is wanting the point. Everything you see is not just good. It's a miracle. Because the miracle is good. So when you see things and you label them as good, regardless of how they seem, you are correct. And that will lead to feeling really good. Because freedom is good, free will is good, which means the effects produced from the cause of free will, the decision point of I am awareness, all of the things that come from that have to also be good, because it's coming from good. How can something no good come from good? No good can only be an appearance, because the source of reality is good. So everything produced from that effect has to be good, objectively speaking, because it's part of the setup, and the setup is good, and the setup is reality and fantasy. Reality is what's true, fantasy is what's not true, objectively. If you believe in one, you get peace. If you believe in the other, you get no peace. You don't get the point. You don't get to have the point. Getting the peace from the point is the reward from finding the point. And the problem with the point is that you can't see it. It's a big problem to the senses, because you can't see the point, so it's very hard to get there. But it is where all things are headed, because it is where all things come from. Good, only. Not getting to the point is not getting to the party. Enlightenment is the party that you're missing out on, because you can't make the decision. And you can't make the decision because you haven't had enough pain, or you haven't had enough knowledge. Most likely you have enough knowledge at this point on the path. This point is not the point. So you're probably missing enough pain. And the problem with pain is it hurts a lot. So we don't want to look at it. We can only handle so much pain at a time. So what you need to do is, if you've had enough knowledge, you need to look at all the things that are causing you pain, all the things that have caused you pain, and realize why you are experiencing pain from things happening. Because things happening are effects, and effects cannot be the cause of anything. So you believe a lie is true. You believe that there is such a thing as no good, and the things that cause you pain are the things that you have labeled as no good. And labeling things as no good is delusional, because everything that's happening has a specific meaning and a specific purpose for spiritual development. That's the reason for reality and fantasy. That's the reason for what's true and what's not true, is trying to get to the point. Because once you get to the point, that's like being born, and that's where your life can begin. That's not where life ends and where nothing happens. That's where everything is now possible, because you finally have gotten to the point of absolute faith, absolute peace, in what's true only. So you want to look at all the pain so you can realize how much it hurts to be in all of that pain, because it's a lot, and it does hurt a lot. But if you're prepared with the knowledge that you don't have to keep believing in appearances anymore, then you'll be able to make the decision. And it is a decision, because it's the decision point of no return. And of course, it's counterintuitive. We don't want to look at the pain. It hurts. My mind is already bombarding me all day long. And you want me to look at all of the pain that I'm in and all of the pain that I've ever been in my whole life, look at all of it? Correct. You want to look at all of the pain. Don't leave anything out. Make sure you look at every single thing that is causing you pain now and has ever caused you any amount of pain. Because when you're doing that, you're going to realize that the only reason you experienced pain from those events or from your memory of those events now in the moment is because you labeled them as no good. Because there's no peace in no good. Peace is alone with good. And if you have enough knowledge, but you don't have enough peace, that's what being on the path means. It's not having enough peace. You might have some, but you want more. It's what you're heading towards, trying to get to the point. So by looking at all that pain, you're going to realize that you're doing something wrong. Because if peace is possible and you don't have it, that means you're doing something wrong. You either don't have enough knowledge or you don't have enough pain. Or you don't have the combination of both of those things. Being on the path too long is like being in school for too long. You already know what's true, but you can't make the decision for some reason. And it's because you don't know exactly how to make the decision. If you want to be able to exactly make the decision, you need to know exactly how to make it, which is to know exactly what you're dealing with. And you're dealing with reality and fantasy. You cannot see reality. You can see fantasy. Exactly how to get to the point is making the decision to only accept as true what is true, which is good, which is God, which is what you cannot see, which is love. You're never going to see those things. You cannot see them. You can only see what's not true. That's what makes it easy. That's what makes it simple. Because it's either you're believing in, which is giving power to what you see, or what you cannot see. And if you stop giving all your power, any of your power, to what you see, you're automatically putting it in what is objectively true, which is what is objectively real, which is what is objectively invisible to the eye. And what is objectively visible to the eye is what is not true about what is true. Because what's true is the point, and the point is the zero dimension. The point is absolute stillness, absolute rest. That's why when you know what it knows, that's what you end up receiving as a gift. Because it's hard to make the decision. You gotta really want it. You gotta really want it. And depending on whether you're semi-serious, serious, or super serious, that will determine whether or not you get it or how fast you get it. Because you're going to get it at some point. Because there's nothing else to do. And you have all the time. You have eternity to find the point. The point is where it's at. The point is where the party's at. That's why you want to be there, because you know what's going on in there. What's going on in there is what you want to be experiencing without leaving, staying here. And it is possible. You just have to choose correctly. It's easy and it's simple. It just seems that it's not easy. But the limited perspective can't be right without a higher perspective guiding it, because it's limited. So it has to be wrong. It doesn't have the whole picture. It doesn't have the full story. God knows the whole story, and it's good. So if God knows the story, God must feel good, because God only knows good. So if God feels good and you don't feel good, that means that God knows something that you don't know, which is good. Only, that's the problem. You can see good a lot, but if you're not seeing good only, then you're not going to be having peace only. And that's what you want. You want peace only. Who doesn't want peace only? And peace has nothing to do with challenges or storms. If you only see good, then you see storms as good only, and you see challenges as good only. Everything you see, good only. Everything you experience will be good only. Everything you feel will be good only. Because what you accept is what you're accepting. You want to accept only the real deal. You want to accept the thing that is true, not the thing that is false. That's the cause of the pain. You're going to get the point. Eventually. It needs to be totally obvious to you. That's the only way you'll be able to make the decision. You need to make sure that it's stable ground that you're going to be walking on when you make the decision to enter the point. And it's the most stable thing imaginable. That's where the irony and the joke comes in. That the senses don't want to trust in the thing that is objectively real and objectively dependable and stable. The senses want to depend on what appears to be stable. If you depend on what appears to be stable, you're going to be deluded into believing in no good. Because the world we see does not believe in only good. It appears no good. That's what creates the appearance of no good. So when you see the world other than nature, human nature, you're going to be tempted to believe in the idea of no good, because the human race has not decided to accept only what is objectively true yet. But it is inevitable. The point is the resting point. The point is the pivot point. So you can be in the world, but not of the world. You can have one foot on the point, on the pivot point, as you circle the world. Teaching. Because that's what you're meant to be, is a teacher. Because the point is so hard to find, not everyone has even found the path to the point, because the path to the point is also invisible. So if you're on the path, that's good. That means you're going to get to the point of becoming a teacher. You're going to teach the point. The point is good. The point is peace. And that's what you do when you find it. You teach it. And you can't teach it until you get it. Fully. Only. So take the pain, take the knowledge, and get to the point.